sucker. A low down, dirty, sneaky, double crossing, conniving motherfucker. Breaking in cribs with a crowbar. I wasn't poor, I was poor. I couldn't afford the OR. I used to wait until they get
Right.
All right, I'm going to avoid the legal snag by telling you that you're being recorded according to the Skype Privacy Act. Fuck yeah, man. So this is totally crazy because you're one of the few people that I know that prefers Death Wish 2 over Death Wish 3.
Yeah.
And I think because like you said last night, like we could talk about Death Wish 2, and I've just been thinking about it, and to me, it is my favorite. Like I just recently watched 4 and 5, like in the last like month or two, and I was like, okay, I like these movies, but like 2 to me is so fucking brutal, and I love the bad guys, like the little gang they have. It's so fucking...
It was it's not Martin Lawrence, fucking what's his
Lawrence
name?
Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. He's out of hand in that movie, man. Like that's the thing I like about the Death Wish films. They kind of take like these especially in Death Wish 2, like they got Lawrence Fishburne, who to me, I know him from Boys in the Hood, so he's like this fatherly figure. Yeah. And then later on I knew him from Apocalypse Now, but I've always thought of him as the Boys in the Hood dad, and then to see him doing this, it's insane. And if you even go back to like Death Wish 1, you have Jeff fucking Goldblum like beating the shit out of a broad, you know, like that whole scene, like with I kill rich cunts, like it's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, man. And like the thing that's even more insane than that is his little hat, like his Jughead style hat that he's wearing.
Well, you know what's insane too is Lawrence Fishburne played what's his name, Cowboy Curtis on the Pee Wee Herman show. So he went from playing a fucking rapist in Death Wish 2 to like this kids-friendly character. Or the other way around, like, all right, we want this guy as rapist number 2 for Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. He did such a he had such a rich textured performance in Death Wish 2. We need him. Only he could pull off that fucking Cowboy Curtis shit. And I wasn't fucking Blackula, the guy that played Blackula on one of those shows back then. Like, it might have been.
I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure I watched a video once and they said Blackula was like the king of cartoons in some fucking show.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so that's insane, man. It's fucking crazy. And another this is kind of off topic, but the movie fucking Leprechaun, how it has Jennifer Aniston. That's how I knew Jennifer Aniston, because I kind of I missed out on like the whole Friends thing for a while, and it was crazy. And then she started getting in these movies and all this other shit. And I'm like, that's the fucking broad from Leprechaun, man. What the hell is she doing? What else about Death Wish 2 just makes it your favorite?
Shit, I like it because it's like the perfect balance between part 1 and part 3. Like, part 3 is just like, I love part 3, but it's way over the top. Then part 1 I like too, but it's way more serious than the other ones. Yeah. So it's got like the perfect, like you still feel his emotions and like the anger he's going through and stuff, but at the same time it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and ridiculous. Like, do you ever like show, like here's a good one for you. Like sometimes I'll show my buddies, like they'll come over or whatever, and I'll pop in a tape like in the garage or something. It'll be like Death Wish 2 or Death Wish 3, and they'll be like, what the fuck are you watching, man? Like I was showing a buddy Exterminator recently. He's like where the fuck do you find these films, man? I'm like, they're everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. It blows
I rented the Exterminator when I was 9.
Fuck.
Like my parents, they were kind of strict about like violence. Like they wouldn't let me watch like Freddy or Jason or nothing. But they let me rent the Exterminator. And fucking, they must have not known what it was. Because like, as soon as I started watching it, a guy gets decapitated, and it's like the most gruesome shit. Then later, he's putting a guy in a fucking meat grinder.
I love that. I love that shit. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to ask you about. I think we might have talked about this in the comments once, but those Fulci comics.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. They're so goddamn badass. I have the first 4 of Zombie, and then I have the first issue of, I guess it would have been Gates of Hell, whatever the first mini came out after that. But I think you said you had Maniac.
Yeah, I got the first two Maniac ones.
Fuck,
And
aren't they
it's got the New York
badass?
Ripper in them.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Oh my god, I love the New York Ripper, man. That's a hell of a film.
Yeah, dude, that movie's so good.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I watched that shit with my mom and my brother, and they were like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Because like my brother, I'll like put in a movie, or sometimes he's got like one of those Fire Sticks, and I'll be like, "Hey, put a movie on out in the living room." So I recently watched fucking Necromantic, which is just
Yeah, you're.
completely fucked. And he's like, why do you watch this shit? Like, I understand he likes horror shit, but he's like, this is too far. He's like, this is too fucking far. I'm like, this is far, but it's not like, I only draw the line at like people actually getting hurt, which I don't watch movies where people are actually getting hurt, so I don't feel bad in any way. I might feel grossed out, but I don't feel like, oh my god, poor animatronic dick or something like that.
It's hard for me to watch stuff based on real killers, like those like the what is it, the Ed Gein movie and shit like that.
Yeah.
I can't really watch that kind of shit. Some of them I can, because they take like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. They just made a bunch of shit up or something, so it's like, all right, well, we'll watch that. But I don't know. I don't like stuff where it's like entertainment of someone really getting hurt.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not fun. That Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is a motherfucker, man. That movie's crazy. Yeah. That movie's crazy, man. They don't make them like that anymore, especially like heavy duty on the practical effects. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's just all your same kind of shit. Like if you go on Netflix, I feel like it's the same fucking movie 1,000 times. If you go on any of these streaming services, like actually though, that Shudder is pretty fucking good, and so is I think it was Tubi. I was staying at a
fucking awesome.
It's got all the 70s shit, right? I think it has Dolomite on there and shit. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Tubi I like more than Netflix.
I keep hearing people saying that, man. Netflix just put on 36 Chambers of Shaolin and 5 Deadly Venoms, which like blew me away. I'm like, what the fuck? And I know like the Canadian Netflix is notoriously known for like having half the shit that the US Netflix has, but to me that's like a big step up, because fuck, man, actual like good shit from the 70s is just a rarity on there. If you type in The Exorcist, it'll like a million fucking Exorcists of like Jane Carson or Emily fucking Rose, like all that kind of horse shit comes up.
Yeah, wow. Dude. For a long time, I didn't even check what was on Netflix. Like months just went by, and then I checked it about a week ago, and I was like, oh, they actually got a bunch of good shit on here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it used to be, it'd be like all like a ton of bad movies, and they'd have one good movie, and everyone was like, oh, you check that one out that's on Netflix right now?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking put down like $13 just to watch one fucking movie that you might not even like.
Like, oh, Back to the Future's on Netflix right now. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll throw the tape on for fuck's sake, save the trouble. Yeah. That copy of fucking Breakfast Club that I showed you I was watching last night, it's the shittiest copy you've ever fucking seen, because like it's got this noise all through it. It's like through the whole movie. So I just put it on mute, and I fucking sitting there pissing around and shit. It happens. Do you have any problems like that? Like, do you have any issues with a lot of tape mold or anything like that?
Nah, I'm lucky because California doesn't have too much humidity, so all the tapes I found still work pretty good.
Yeah, man, this one time, there's a small town about 20 minutes away. My fucking mom called me because she's always thrifting. And she's like, there's a bunch of tapes out here. There's one called Demons. And I was at my buddy's house, and I said, we're getting in the fucking car, and we're going to St. Thomas right now. So we drove there. I found fucking Demons, It's Alive 3, Night of the Demon, like tons of shit.
Dude,
and dude, the thing about it, 50% they were moldy. Yeah, but I fucking bought them anyway because I was like, dude, just for the box too, but also it's not impossible to clean tapes. It's a pain in the ass and a mess, but it's like I just figure, you know what, I could I've been known to like put a movie on say YouTube on my Xbox 360, and I got my my VCR hooked up to it, and I'll record off of it. So if there's shit on YouTube or off Netflix that I want on tape, I'll do that. Like I put that fucking movie, The Platform, on a VHS just so my dad could see it. You know what I mean? Like a couple of years ago, they put up this Godzilla anime, and I thought it was awesome, and I was like, fuck it, I'm taping this because there'll probably be a good chance they'll take it off.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out. I mean, I know how to do it. But I want to get Hush off of there because Hush doesn't have an official release
at all.
No, it's a Netflix exclusive.
Wow, that's the movie with the blind or the deaf chick.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's dope, man.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. I was looking to buy it and I was like, fuck, they don't got it. It's only on Netflix.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That blows me away. That's so fucking stupid how they do that. Like, just put everything available to buy. Even if they have to do one of those deals where, like, they, once they get enough orders, then they place an order to get that amount to send them out, you know?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I had Shudder for, like, a couple of months, and then once I thought that I'd watched everything that I wanted, I just said, screw it. But now I'm like, I gotta get fucking Shudder back, because that's another issue, though. You can't really get anything off Shudder and put it onto a tape unless you got some kind of system that I've never even fucking discovered yet to burn off of, like, a laptop or something. Or not burn.
Just do the you just gotta get a VHS cam and just point it right at the TV.
Yeah, exactly. That's jokes. I actually got one of those VHS cams in my backyard, like in my garage, but it doesn't work. Like, the tape door doesn't close and there's no battery. But whenever I find old cameras and shit like that, I buy them. Like, I got an 8mm camera and some shit like that because I just like the shit.
I always wanted to do like a 16mm camera, but it's just, I don't know, the process of developing the film and stuff is what put me off to it.
Yeah, because it is not only is it costly, but it's also a pain in the ass to find people to, like, first of all, finding a camera that works, finding blank film that's not expired or completely fallen apart, and then finding some asshole to put, like, to develop it, and then he could fuck it up or something could happen. You know, it's too much, it's too risky. Like, the film school I went to, if you went into I went for 2 years, if you went into the 3-year thing, you got to do a 16mm film. But I was like, okay, so we're basically going to spend $15,000 to make a 16mm film with a bunch of people that you fucking despise. So I was like, I think I'll pass on that. You know, but that's about as close as I ever got to filming on actual film. Do you ever check out, this is random, do you ever check out a channel on YouTube called Alter? It's a short film channel. They only post horror short films, but they post some good shit, man.
Nice.
And I fucking love me a good short film. You know, and I love anthologies and shit because it's nice and short and condensed kind of thing. So, fucking obsessed, man.
Have you heard of Roger Corman's doing the Quarantine Short Film Festival?
No.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
He put out a video and he's like, you know, he's like 98 years old or something. He's like, I, Roger Corman, want to see your short quarantine film. And you have to hashtag it Roger Corman's quarantine film or something, but he wants people to do like a 2-minute short film.
That's sick. That's sick, but it also shit in a way because you're kind of left to what you have. You know, it's not like you're gonna be able to hire in a fucking film crew, especially unless he's talking about stuff that if you can send in shit that's pre-quarantine, it's gonna be a lot of just kind of like homemade kind of fuck around shit, I think. But it's still cool.
He wants you to do it all on a cell phone, and he says just use your lights you got around your house and shit.
One thing about this quarantine is it's really kind of like brought a lot of people together, but taking them apart at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of celebrities are doing a lot of that kind of shit. Like, dude, did you see the RZA DJ Premier fucking thing? I haven't watched it yet, but they went live for like 3 hours last week.
Oh, nice.
And just I don't know if it's like a scratch battle or if it's just them playing hits or whatever it is, but I gotta check that shit out, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
People around here have been howling.
What, like wolves?
Yeah. 8 o'clock every night, the whole neighborhood like howls like a wolf.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's like, hilarious.
What the fuck? It turns out it's for they're doing it to support medical workers and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I get that, but how the fuck does that support a medical worker?
No. I went on a walk and just everyone was howling like a wolf. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's like everyone's fucking wolf, man.
that one house was howling across the street at the other house, and they were howling back. Like, people are losing their fucking minds.
It's a new form of communication, man. Fuck. Yeah, I was driving around the one night, or not the one night, the one afternoon, and I've seen these videos on Facebook and shit of like people are having like kids' birthdays and people will drive past and honk. So that happened to me. I came across this kid's birthday and I just fucking laid on the horn. I was like, "Beep, beep, 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 beep." I was like, you'll never forget this fucking birthday, man, when you were quarantined. Like, Johnny, your friends don't like you anymore. Their parents are just gonna drive them past the house.
Yeah, there was a kid here that across the street that had that. And I was like, I was trying to take a nap or something. Just everyone was honking the fucking horn.
It's like, you cocksucker, I'm trying to watch fucking Death Wish 4 over here, the crackdown. It's the good part. Are you a fan of like the old kung fu movies, like Shaw Brothers shit?
Nah, well, I wouldn't say I don't like them, but I just never got into them.
Okay. There's some good, like the ones that are bad are fucking bad, but the ones that are good are like pretty good. Especially if you check out this company called the Shaw Brothers, they put out so many that's like the Universal of martial arts films, and they actually once collaborated with fucking Hammer, and they made this
7 vampires or what is it?
Yeah. It's such a crazy like marriage of companies, you know what I mean? You don't think of fucking kung fu when you're watching Hammer.
Fucking Peter Cushing, fucking roundhouse kicking someone.
Yeah. I was taught this by Liu Kang. It's called the bicycle kick.
There was one I wanted to see. I saw the trailer for it back in the day called like The Crippled Master or something like that.
Oh, dude, the names get fucked. There's like Shaolin drunkards. There's everything.
What it is, it's a dude with, I think he has no legs and he only has one arm or something, but he's doing all this crazy kung fu shit.
There's actually a series of films called The One-Armed Swordsman.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking crazy. Those are really good though. This like pair of brothers were responsible for a lot of those films. Have you heard of Gordon Liu before?
Gordon Liu? No.
He was the guy that played Pai Mei in Kill Bill.
Oh, okay.
He's a fucking legend. He's in a lot of those good old ones, man. Same with the guy that played the guy that was making the sushi, Hattori Hanzo. He's Sonny Chiba. I'm sure you know who the fuck Sonny Chiba is from Street Fighter.
Shit, I don't know, man.
You don't know that? You haven't seen Street Fighter with Sonny Chiba?
No.
Dude, you gotta see
it.
No. Not that one. That one's good. I like that one. I know a lot of people hate it, but I like that one. But no, Street Fighter's from like 1974. It's as exploitation as you can fucking get, man.
Okay, I gotta see that.
I think it was a video nasty as well.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's like a scene where like he punches a guy and then the camera like goes into X-ray mode and shows like his fucking bones breaking. Like, it's crazy shit, man. I actually found this website and it was nothing but like public domain films, and I got this idea in my head. I'm gonna fucking get one of these. I'm gonna take one of these movies and edit a commentary into it. And then I started to do it, and I'm like, man, if I'm gonna do this, I need to have at least seen the film like a dozen times and like know a lot of fucking notes, because it was just me being like, yeah, that's fucking cool, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. And I'm just like, no one's gonna want to watch this shit.
Dude, I was watching. There's this one Ice-T movie called I forget what it's called, but it has Silk the Shocker in it. But the commentary is just Ice-T going like, yeah, now watch as I blow this motherfucker away. That's how I do it, because I'm Ice-T.
Is that movie
like
called...
the whole commentary.
Is it called Rhapsody?
Nah, it was, shit. I'll have to look it up and put whatever the title is or something, but...
Silk the Shocker, wasn't he like with Master P and those guys?
Yeah, it was Master P's little brother.
Dude, speaking of Master P, I once watched a movie. Well, my brother was obsessed with it. It was called Uncle P, and it was a family movie with fucking Master P as like this guy, like the uncle, and like it was such like a shitty fucking attempt at being like an emotional Disney type movie, but it just comes off as like ridiculous, and like he's wearing like what he would wear every day. Yeah, make him say, dude.
Dude, one time on Netflix, there was this movie called it was called A Talking Cat. It had like I don't know, 10 question marks and a bunch of exclamation marks or whatever you call them. And it was starring Eric Roberts as the voice of the cat.
What the fuck?
And they dubbed in, it sounded like just Eric Roberts was just in his garage and like just saying shit while he's smoking a cigarette. And they dubbed that as the voice of the cat.
It's like he fucking recorded it off of a tape player and sent it in. Here you go.
It was terrible.
Wasn't he like an A-lister at one point? Or not? Yeah. That's a shame. I know a lot of those fucking guys are kind of like resorting to really shitty stuff. And the only example I can think of off the top of my head was that one, it was called Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler. And fucking Al Pacino was in it. And like it was like a complete mockery. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, how did you get him on board? Like, he's Michael Corleone, man. He's not fucking Al Pacino selling cappuccino. It's crazy. It's hard to watch.
And then that was starting to happen to De Niro too, where he was making movies like Bad Grandpa or whatever it was.
Yeah, which is a guilty pleasure for me. I
haven't seen it.
I like it. I mean, I think it's pretty out of hand. There's a part where he goes to like a fucking like a club in the hood, and there's like all these black dudes around. And he's like singing, or he's listing off all the Wu-Tang Clan members. Like, it's worth watching. It's definitely.
I'm just shocked that it's De Niro. I'm like, holy shit.
And there's a scene where he's doing karaoke, and he does "Today Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube.
For real?
It's worth it just on that alone, man. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
What's your take on Harold and Kumar? Do you like those movies?
You know, I like the first one.
Do you remember the scene where he's watching like the anti-drug commercial, and the kid's like, he smokes pot, he's like puts a gun in his mouth, he's nothing can hurt me. That's so out of hand.
Did you ever see that YouTube video of the guy with the golden voice? It's like the bum with the golden voice.
Yes, I have.
There's a PSA from the 80s where it's about crack cocaine, and I swear to God, it's that guy.
It could be.
I'll send it to you. It's 80s crack PSA, and I swear to God, it's that guy, and he goes, crack cocaine. It's like putting a gun in your mouth and pulling the trigger.
That's fine.
Smoking crack. It's like putting a gun in your mouth and pulling the trigger.
How come we don't get any like anti like fucking Oxycontin commercials and stuff nowadays? Like, there's nothing. They don't even try to like make kids not do drugs anymore. I love horror books and like horror magazine shit. Anything like that, I'm obsessed with, man.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. I try to find that shit at we got a Barnes and Nobles out here, and I go there looking for it, but it's hard to find.
Do you ever go to like well, obviously you go to the thrift stores, but do you ever check the thrift store books?
Once in a while. I found a cool Twin Peaks book.
Dope. I've almost exclusively got all my books from the thrift store, like all my horror books. And we got quite a few like little, not shitty, but like these little shitty kind of bookstores all over the city where you can go and like, you know, they have sections. Like a lot of them will have a movie section, or they'll have like you know, I'm like a thrifter by heart, you know what I mean? So I don't give a shit. I'll dig through the dust. You know, I know you probably will too, man. Getting the grind for the fucking good shit.
I even went to the there's like a super grimy thrift store up here where they don't even put anything on shelves. They just dump it all into these bins. You gotta put on gloves and like dig through the bins.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's not social distancing.
It's all these people trying to get like the best stuff because it's like where it goes before it goes to the other thrift stores.
Okay.
But it's disgusting. There's like rat shit all over the stuff. You gotta like dig through it and stuff. I don't know. It's the only time I ever went there, I was like, this is a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's like I want some greasy shit, but I don't want to get covered in fucking.
I don't want to get hantavirus.
Yeah, exactly. Get what is that virus called in Resident Evil?
Fucking shit.
I don't even remember. T-virus. The T-virus. Just from trying to find some fucking tapes.
Dude, I was watching some crazy shit. I was looking up like these old Universal Studios things where they put on a big show. There was this horror magician who would do these like amazing magic tricks, but do them where he was like stabbing himself in the gut every time, or
Holy
doing
shit.
these like boring fucking magician tricks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's sick. I always wanted to go to one of those like Halloween nights, like those like walkthrough kind of things. It's just my thing is I don't like fucking haunted houses, but I would like to go and experience that because it's like the whole kind or a whole section of the park. It's not just like some guy's garage off like the fucking side street, you know what I mean, or anything like that. Because the only thing that they can resort to is like the shock scare. At least at a Halloween haunt, it's like a guy running at you with a chainsaw from afar with top line effects, practical effects on him and all that kind of stuff. It'd make it a little more cool, I think, than, like I said, having the shit scared out of you on fucking Hamilton Road. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yo. Stop recording.